A tiny drop can lock things together in seconds, but the real reason is not air. It is chemistry. Superglue looks like an ordinary liquid, but the moment it touches a surface, it can start turning into a hard solid almost immediately. That is why it feels so powerful, so fast, and sometimes so unforgiving. 1 second it is a clear liquid in a tube. The next second it is grabbing plastic, metal, wood, rubber, or even your fingers. Most people think superglue just dries very fast. But that is not really the full story. Superglue is part of a family of chemicals called cyanoacrylates. These are one-part adhesives that cure by reacting with tiny amounts of moisture. In simple words, the glue does not just sit there and lose water like wet paint. It reacts, links up into long chains, and turns into a hard plastic bond. That is the real trick behind why it sets so quickly. What superglue actually is? Superglue is usually based on cyanoacrylate, which starts out as a liquid monomer. That sounds technical, but the idea is simple. Before it cures, it is made of small chemical units that are ready to connect. Once the right trigger appears, those units join into longer chains and form a solid material. That is why some adhesive companies describe cyanoacrylate in the simplest possible way. It starts as a liquid and cures into a plastic. So when you use superglue, you are really creating a very thin layer of hardened plastic between two surfaces. Why it bonds so fast? The trigger is moisture. Not a puddle of water. Not soaking wet surfaces. Just tiny amounts of moisture already present in the air or sitting on the surface of the objects being joined. That small amount is enough to start polymerization, which is the chain reaction that turns the liquid glue into a solid bond. This is why superglue can reach handling strength in seconds. It is also why it works at room temperature without mixing, heating, or waiting around for hours. This also explains one of the strangest things about superglue. It can grab skin very quickly. Your skin naturally contains moisture, so it gives the glue exactly what it needs to start curing. That does not mean skin is the best thing for it to bond to. It just means the reaction starts fast, which is why accidents happen so easily. The famous stuck fingers problem is really a moisture-triggered chemistry problem happening right on the surface of your skin. Why a tiny amount usually works better? A lot of people assume more glue means more strength. With superglue, that is often the wrong move. These adhesives work best in small bond areas and tight-fitting joints. They are designed for thin application, fast contact, and minimal clamping time. In fact, industrial guidance for cyanoacrylate says thin application helps the reaction move quickly and build a strong bond in a reasonable time. Too much glue can create squeeze-out, mess, slower-looking results, and even that white hazy effect sometimes seen around the bonded area. That white haze has a name: blooming. It happens when cyanoacrylate vapor settles around the bond line as tiny crystals. The important thing is that blooming is usually more of an appearance problem than a sign that the bond failed. So if you ever see a white foggy mark around dried superglue, that does not automatically mean the glue was weak. It often means too much adhesive was used, ventilation was poor, or the cure conditions were not ideal. Why some surfaces work well and others do not? Superglue can bond many materials very well, especially when the surfaces are small, close-fitting, and fairly clean. Metals, rubbers, many plastics, paper, leather, and wood can all work depending on the exact formula. But superglue is not a universal winner. Some materials are difficult because their surfaces have very low surface energy. In everyday terms, the glue has a harder time spreading and grabbing them properly. Polyethylene, polypropylene, and PTFE are famous examples. These are the kinds of plastics used in many containers, packaging parts, and non-stick type surfaces. That is why some brands sell special plastic bonding systems with primers or activators. The primer helps prepare those hard-to-bond surfaces so the cyanoacrylate has a better chance of sticking. This is a useful myth-busting point because many people think superglue fails on certain plastics because the glue is weak. In reality, the issue is often the surface itself, not the idea of glue in general. Some plastics simply need extra help. The surprising history behind superglue was not invented because someone wanted to fix a broken mug faster. Its story started during World War II. Harry Coover and other researchers were working with cyanoacrylates while trying to develop clear materials for precision gun sights. The chemical was a bad fit for that job because it stuck to everything. At the time, that was a problem, not a breakthrough. But later, Coover recognized that this annoying stickiness was actually the main value. Cyanoacrylates were rediscovered in 1951, and the first commercial glue appeared in 1958. That means one of the most familiar little tubes in hardware stores and kitchen drawers came from a laboratory mistake that looked useless at first. It is a perfect everyday object story. A failed material for one purpose became a huge success in a completely different role. How it moved beyond household repairs once people understood what cyanoacrylates could do. Their uses spread far beyond basic repair jobs. The same chemistry opened the door to industrial, consumer, and medical applications. According to the National Inventors Hall of Fame, cyanoacrylate was even used dramatically during the Vietnam War to help stop bleeding long enough for later treatment. Over time, related cyanoacrylate materials also found roles in medical procedures. That does not mean the little hardware store tube in a drawer is the same thing as medical adhesive, but it does show how important this chemistry became. Myth versus reality. Here is the biggest myth. Superglue dries because of air. Reality. Moisture is the main trigger. Air matters mostly because air carries humidity. Another myth is that more glue always means a stronger repair. Reality. Superglue is usually happiest in a very thin layer between close surfaces. And another myth is that if superglue does not work, it must be a bad product. Reality. Some surfaces are naturally hard to bond and may need a special primer or a different adhesive altogether. There is also a myth that once superglue touches something by mistake, it is game over. That is not always true. Adhesive guidance from Loctite says unwanted superglue can often be loosened with warm soapy water, and acetone can help remove it faster from many surfaces. So while superglue is fast and stubborn, it is not unbeatable. Why it still matters today. Superglue is a great example of why ordinary objects are more interesting than they look. It is cheap, small, common, and easy to ignore, but behind that tiny tube is a clever piece of chemistry. It works without mixing. It works at room temperature. It can bond in seconds. It can handle repairs, crafts, manufacturing, and specialized uses. And even now, the basic idea still feels a little surprising. A liquid waits quietly in a tube until a trace of moisture tells it to become a solid. So the next time superglue locks something together almost instantly, the real answer is not, it dries really fast. The better answer is that cyanoacrylate is a liquid chemical that reacts with tiny amounts of moisture and rapidly turns into a hard plastic bond. That is why a small drop is often enough. That is why some plastics are easy and others are frustrating. And that is why one lab mistake from the wartime era became one of the most famous repair tools in everyday life. If you like seeing the hidden science inside ordinary objects, that is exactly what this channel is about.